Bloodlust, AoE Stun, AoE Trip, AoE Maim. I yell at them again, and I jump away. We are going to do a guide on what I have found to be a very fast XP grind. So obviously I'm a fighter. I am level 16. I think this build is really good for level like 13 to 17. So there's my build is essentially a cooldown reduction build where I build up rage, momentum. I build up momentum. I trip. I do an AoE, so I do my brutal cleave, which applies, because I have form of celerity on, it applies staggered to everyone in front of me, and then I do cataclysm, which if the target is staggered, they become tripped. So it's an AoE stagger, AoE trip, and then I do maim, which is 250k physical damage to all targets, deals 20% additional damage to recently tripped targets, right? So I do an AoE stagger, AoE trip, and then I do my AoE maim, which does 20% bonus damage to them being tripped, right? So at that point, this will be on cooldown, right? There's a 45-second cooldown. This brutal cleave resets when I do 3 auto attacks, so then I'll do 3 auto attacks, boom, boom, boom. Then instead of doing AoE trip, I will do crippling blow, which is the same thing as cataclysm, but a single target. So then I'll focus one target, get it down. Hopefully with my 3-point auto attack, they will be bleeding because on my great sword, I have the deadly finisher bleed. So after I do a full cycle, I have a 25% chance to activate bleeding, which is 25% plus 25% plus an additional 30%, so that's 80%. Am I going the right way? So there's an 80% chance they'll be bleeding, and when they're bleeding, oh, this is the best part, I rupture them, which does a delayed damage, but if they are bleeding from my greatsword attack, they will become hemorrhaging, okay? At the very bottom it says, on initial hit, if the target is bleeding, 1 stack is consumed and the target becomes hemorrhaged, and then I finish off one of the targets with lethal blow, which does bonus damage on targets that are low. Let's make sure I'm going the right way. I'm not going the right way. Does bonus damage to targets that are low, up to 375% physical damage, but chance to critically hit is increased by 15% if they're bleeding. But if they're hemorrhaging, which they most likely will because of rupture, if they're hemorrhaging, there's a 30% chance to crit. So that's my finishing move. And then after I've done that full cycle, and whenever I get low, I hit Bloodlust or Blood Fusion. I get all my life back. Okay, so then that pack is pretty much finished off. I can kite the last one out. The group, if there's anything alive still, and then I get ready for my next pack. But I don't want to wait another 45 seconds from casting Cataclysm, or I don't want to wait another. This is only 15 seconds for Maim, so then I'll hit Berserk. I have spec'd into Berserk, so this reduces other abilities by 0.25 seconds per point of combat momentum. At this point, I should have 100 combat momentum, so that is 25 seconds reduction. So I will have done this ability. After I do 2 full cycles, it will be like 30 seconds left of cooldown. I'll hit Blood Reinvigorating Berserk, and that will take off 25 seconds of the cooldown, so it'll be like 5 seconds left. So then I can start my rotation again, and after I cast Berserk, this Cataclysm should be back off of cooldown, so I can just keep rotating through that a cycle again, right? And Berserk only has a 30-second cooldown, so the goal is to continually killing these 1-star elites, and it's a good XP grind. That is the build. So there's 2 builds. There's a CC AoE CC build, which is what I'm doing, with cooldown reduction build, which is what I'm doing. So it's a stagger tripped cooldown reduction build, which I think is the best. And then the second build that I'll do is a whirlwind build, where I don't use my momentum with Berserk, but rather I save up my momentum for the whirlwind overdrive, and that one will be a bleed build. So instead of going form of clarity, which is like a battle stance, I will just go with the default form of ferocity, which applies bleeding as opposed to staggered, right? So this would, but I like the staggered build better. But I think they're both good. In the group settings, I think the whirlwind build with the bleed is better because there's more damage per second. But with the AoE trip that Cataclysm gives me into MAME, there's better survivability for solo leveling. So that's the plan, and we'll see how it goes. We're at 450k experience. Let's do a timer. Timer starts now. Alright, let's do this. So, first we yell at them. We AoE stagger. Bloodlust into MAME. Get all of our life back. As soon as we get to 100 momentum, we're going to do Berserk. We're going to kite it out. We're going to trip one of them because we don't have our AoE trip. And then we're good to go. We're at 100, so then I hit Berserk. We're back up. I yell at them. I do my thing. I do my AoE stun. I'm in Bloodlust land. I get all my life back. And then we are good to go. Look at that. So we have 15 seconds to the next Bloodlust, and then I can start setting up. Oh, more blue poop, man. This is amazing. So we're ready to go. I still have this up. Let's get the next batch ready. All right, so now we're already ready. So now we just need to build momentum, and then we're good to go. I yell at them. Give me more momentum. Ooh, they just critted me. That's not nice. All right, we're getting close. Let's just apply it now. I have this up. I Bloodlust, AoE stun, AoE trip, AoE maim. I yell at them again. And I jump away. And I kite it. Now I kite it out. So now I have 20 seconds. 20 seconds to the next Bloodlust is up. So now I just need to kite it out, get my bow, just kind of chill until my next 5 seconds. Okay, so it's almost already up again. Perfect. I just use all of my abilities because I'm about to reset all cooldowns. Now I'm 100% up. I'm about to reset cooldowns. My Bloodlust is already up, and we just get the next batch. This is the build. Let's get these next two. All right, perfect. I do this Bloodlust, AoE trip, AoE trip, AoE damage. Yell at them. Then we just do the same thing one more time. AoE, stagger, trip, damage. Now Berserk, because I'm ready to go already. Berserk it. See, Bloodlust is already one is already up, and then this is almost up as well. So I apply this. AoE trip, big damage, and I'm almost back up to full life again. And then we just finish him out. So single trip here. Make them bleed, then do that ability, kite them out. They're dead. All right, now I have 3 seconds for this to be up again. We just keep going. Keep going. Everyone's dead. There we go. Come back to life. All right, so we're almost, we just got to build up some momentum, then we'll do Berserk again. And then as soon as we get them here, we are going to do the shout. Then we'll Berserk, and then we'll apply this AoE trip, AoE damage to bonus trip people, and I just press all my buttons and I kite them out. So now I have 20 seconds that I need to kite out. Brutal Cleave is almost up again. I yell at them, I Brutal Cleave, I trip the one that has more life, and then I kite them out again. 10 seconds, see we're almost back up, momentum's building again. We're in a good place. As soon as that momentum Berserk is up, we're going to get all of our cooldowns back. It's up, I apply it, everything's back. I do my trip, I get my blood back, AoE trip, big damage, full life. And then there we go. Now I just have one. Let's keep going. Alright, now it's a single target, so I can do my single target trip build. And then let's pull this other guy. We can do two at the same time. Let's get the bow out. Let's gather him up. 3 seconds, so this is ready to go again. Perfect. Just a little bit more. Okay. Now we apply this. Yell at them. AoE trip. Big damage. We have our blood up. Execute. Lots of abilities. Full life again. Back up to full. Back up to full. And we're like, oh shoot, we're gonna die. But we're not, so we never die. Kill that guy. Kite him out. 4 seconds for it to be up again. We can trip one while we're at it. He can't do anything to us. Okay, now we just need to get another one. Where is another one? Up here, perfect. All right, let's finish this out, and then we'll see where we're landed at. So we did, let's pull up a calculator. We did 466, 630 minus 450, 507. So we did 16k damage in 5 minutes. 12 instances of 5 minutes, so times 12. Am I thinking about that right? 5, 10, times 6, yeah. Okay, times 12. So we're doing, let's round down, 190k experience per hour if we just grind there. That's not bad. If we grinded these griffins, we could get to 17 in about an hour.